Hello gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Gentleman's Club. I'm your host marc.antomattei. In today's episode, I'm going to be re-reviewing the Seiko SARB033. The big question you may have if you're a subscriber of the channel, or if you already seen my original review, is why the need for a second review. Many have praised my original video. It was praised by my peers and viewers, and it has garnered 10,000 views since it went up. But I still went out of my way to do this one. And the answer to that question I'll give at the end of this video, and I'll keep it as brief as possible. Starting off this review, let me tell you that this is a JDM watch. JDM means it's a Japan domestic model with manufacturing and retail taking place here in Japan. To what extent it is truly JDM is yet to be known, because unfortunately it has been discovered that it contains some Chinese parts inside. This was discovered by the YouTube watch community's own Jay Anthony, who took the back casing off his to look for the root of a problem he was experiencing. My heart hit the floor when I watched the video and he pointed out his discovery. It made me love the watch a little bit less, but I must say I still do love the watch. I'm going to say I do think a majority of it is done in-house in Japan, but to what extent? Again, who knows? Although the watch only retails in Japan, it has been accessible to the rest of the world due to the internet and online retailers. You could probably get your hands on one in about a week's time if you were to order today. So in this video, I'm going to split up the review into 3 different points. The first is the technical specs, second is the things I don't like, third is the things I do like. I'll give my final verdict on it after all is said and done. Not to be confused with the Seiko Presage line, this actually comes from a Seiko line of watches called Spirit. Spirit includes SCVS and SARB model watches. For this particular watch, there are 2 identical ones being sold on the market now. The SARB033 black-face dial, which I have, and the SARB035 off-white or cream-face dial. The watch comes double boxed, first in a flimsy white box and then in a more sturdy black box. Housed inside the first box is your warranty papers and manual. The guarantee is only for 1 year and is only honored in Japan. Although the instructions are mostly Japanese, you'll be surprised to find a bit of English towards the back of the manual. I paid 34,000 Japanese yen brand new, and for you, of course, it will be a lot more considering you have to pay the shipping and handling, import tax, and the dealer who sold it to you their share for doing you the service of selling it to you. I estimate the price for you to be around the $370 US ballpark range. Let's take a look now at the specs. This watch features the 6R15 with 23 joules movement from 2006 based on the 7S26 movement. It keeps time pretty good, but not perfectly. The diameter of the watch is 38 millimeters without the crown. The mainspring is a Sprawn 510 that features hacking and hand winding. The dial has a sapphire crystal glass covering it, which makes it more scratch resistant. And lastly, the crown is a non-screw down crown. Okay, let's get into the things I don't like about the watch. Although it is a very beautiful watch, it has a few things keeping it away from perfection for me. First is the sapphire crystal glass is a little bit reflective. It has no anti-reflective coating applied to it, which could have helped reduce some of the glare you see with it. After wearing the watch a year now, I could tell you it's not a major issue, but it still could be better had Seiko applied it. The second thing I don't like is that there is no day window, only the date. I've seen some similar cheaper Seikos than this that has the day date window, and they look rather nice, truth be told. With a watch with this styling, more is better. If it didn't feature either a day or date window, I think a lot of personality would be gone from this watch. I would have liked to have seen it included on this piece. The third thing is the bracelet is okay. It really is doable. There's nothing that bad about it, but there are better Seiko bracelets out there, such as the ones you could find on the Seiko SDGM and the SARX, which are two upgrade watches from this one, but they do cost double the money. Those bracelets look a whole lot better than this one. The fourth thing I don't like is the looms don't really add much to the watch. I've never really utilized them, and I don't see much of a big need for them to be there. They are on the hour markers and tiny anyway, so it's not such a big deal, but they make the hour and minute hand look not as good than just a solid steel hour and minute hand. The looms blend in with the chrome pretty well, but it would be a bit cleaner and sophisticated without them. Lastly, although Seiko will have you believe this watch is made entirely in Japan, this was proven not to be the case when I seen a video from YouTuber J. Anthony, who took his watch apart to find a part in there made in China. This was the biggest blow to me about this watch. It diminishes the quality of it a bit in my eyes. Now, finally, let's talk about the things I do like. It looks like a baby Grand Seiko. Specifically, it looks like a Grand Seiko 9S mechanical watch. I like that. A budget quality watch with a high quality look and feel. The next thing I like about it is automatic movement. It's not a quartz watch, so it's very traditional. There's no battery involved, meaning you don't have to go out year after year plunking down those big dollars just to replace such a small battery. Next, I like the styling. The sophistication is in the simplicity of the piece. Something speaks volumes to me about how sophisticated it looks. It's not very loud, but it is going to draw attention with its beauty. I think that's the way a lot of watches should be. People will passively notice this watch and may remark, "Hey, that's a nice watch," where you can simply reply, "Thank you." Next up, now I did mention this watch uses an automatic movement, and I like it because it is 2 tiers above other Seiko movements such as the 7S26 and 4R36. This movement adds hacking and winding, and with this watch you're going to get about 50 hours power reserve. With this watch's 23 joules, you're going to get 21,600 VPH. VPH is vibrations per hour. VPH on watches can be down as low as 17,000 or as high as 36,000. Neither end of the spectrum is good or bad. They each have benefits and drawbacks. Research it on your own time, but I think this one is pretty good. The last positive about this watch is it features about one of the nicest, if not nicest, profiles I've seen on a watch. The curving down of the lugs just looks very original and Japanese to me. The way it contours your wrist is phenomenal. The only thing else I can compare it to is something else Japanese, Mount Fuji. Now there are thousands of other mountains in the world, but Mount Fuji is bar none the best and most uniquely looking one of them all. With this beautiful perfect cone shape, you'll never mistake it for another mountain. And that's the thing about this watch from the profile view. You'll never mistake it for another watch from any other brand. And that's, in fact, one of the main reasons why I really like this watch. It's just a beautiful watch all around. I mentioned earlier there are 2 upgrade models of this watch out there now. The SDGM is the first upgrade and SARX SARX the second. But I just can't justify paying an additional $400 on top of what I paid for this to receive those fixes we all wanted. This is best bang per buck watch out on the market and currently my favorite. That's my review and verdict of the Seiko SARB033. Wondering still why I redid this video? Firstly and most importantly, I didn't like the presentation of my previous video. I shot the video with a bad camera, it was dimly lit, and since then I have upgraded my gear to a true 4K camera for the quality I desire. Also, when I say I didn't like the presentation, I also mean I didn't like the way I presented it, as in my delivery of the information could have been better. The final thing is, there were 2 pieces of misinformation I gave about the watch in that video, and making a new review gives me the means to correct it. Knowing what I know now, I just can't continue to let that sit on the Gentleman's Club YouTube page like that. I'll leave the video up for a short time to guide people to this one, but it will eventually be taken down. Well, gentlemen, I thank you for watching, and I hope you like my upgraded review of this watch. Of course, there will be more timepiece segments coming up on this channel in the future, but for now, that's it. If you found this review helpful or interesting, make sure you subscribe. Something to say? Comment. Also, I could use your support to continue making quality videos such as this one. Consider sponsoring me on Patreon, or if that is too deep or too much of a hassle to be bothered with, then a one-time contribution via PayPal to whatever your heart feels like giving. I'm humble and would be honored by even the smallest of contributions. Thanks again, and until next time, gentlemen, keep it classy.